Hi, Jay Frederick Smith here, Continental Realty of Jax. It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon in sunny Jacksonville, Florida, and we're here at 1642 West 30th Street. This is on the west side of Jacksonville in one of the older neighborhoods here in town. There hasn't been a lot of renovation happening actually on this street, although there is some going on across. You can see right here. You can see the dumpster that's full, and that house has been freshly painted. So there is some signs of gentrification happening, but not a whole lot. This is pretty much the original neighborhood. And so what I don't see is, a lot of broken windows. I don't see a lot of trash on the street. There is some, but that's for pickup. And I don't see a lot of boarded up windows either. And so because of all of that, then I kind of feel like the neighborhood isn't too bad. Although there is things like security doors and windows, bars and windows. Like your neighbor has bars in their windows, and dogs, for protection. So let's take a look at the outside of this house, and then we'll get back to the inside. First off, this is aluminum siding. Yep, aluminum siding on this house. This is an off-grade property, up quite a ways actually, which in some ways is good because with it being as high as it is, you're probably not going to have too much problem with water. And it does look like when the rain happens that from the staining there is some water issues here on this particular house. The eaves and the soffits look okay, not too bad. Windows are definitely original equipment and probably in need of a replacement. Screens are just added on there. Some of the aluminum siding has been damaged. You can't get these panels anymore, but the thing is, this aluminum will last for eternity. But not all of it is aluminum siding. You've got some T111 here. Unfortunately, this little back area, now I don't know if there was windows here or what, but whatever it is, it's not good. Also, this is lead-based paint. You can tell because of the way it peels and cracks. And so you have to be really careful with that because you don't want that lead-based paint coming off unless you're planning on abating the entire house. In other words, getting a lead-based paint contractor to come out and remove all of it, and there's a lot. Now this T111 I don't really like in this state because it's not really designed to last in the kind of weather conditions that we have here. It's much better in cooler, less wet climates, less humid climates I should say. And so what you're going to see is that without proper care, that's caulking, regular caulking and regular painting, this stuff is gonna go bad. Now there's two different styles here. You can see this is a smaller slats and this is the largest. That's still T111. And if you look down below, you can see that they've tried to patch some rot. They've just filled it in rather than actually fixing it. Hiding is a bad thing, but that's what they did. And then they nailed this white strip across the bottom there, but I guarantee if you pull that white strip up, all of that is going to be rotted out. They did get the lattice underneath the stairs. That's good, so that means it's going to be hard for any animals to get in. Now it changes from that T111 up to this lap siding, and I guess the T111 was a recent addition because I see some of that lap up above as well. There's just a sheet of plain plywood up above the door that is untrimmed and probably not pressure treated, or I should say not built for the outside. Seams that have not been caulked, although they used a lot of spray foam insulation here. That's not going to help when the water's blowing in your wall through the cracks. The rail is solid, although it does need to be repainted. Probably would be better if you just take this paint off and then put a stain on here, because that actually soaks into the wood rather than this paint. It looks decent when it's painted, but the problem is, like you can see here, it does chip off. And here as well. Okay, continuing on around, we've got the original lap siding with the peeling lead-based paint up above. Not a thing you can do about that except to, paint it where it is, basically. Unless you want to have lead-based paint abatement contractor come out and do some work. Now, these original windows are starting to have some real problems. As you can see, we've got some rot in the splines between the panes and at the base of the windows. This is from lack of paint. It's not being kept painted. There's no screen on this one, although I think there was, because we got these little pins here. And as you can see, that's what they've used to hold those on. So I don't know where that screen went, but maybe somebody tried to get in, or maybe they did get in. Hard to say. Continuing on around, more of the paint is coming off the wall. They did paint it, but you know, the problem is with lead-based paint, it flakes off, and there's just nothing you can do. You know, it just flakes right off. You can spray that all day long, and then it's not gonna stick it back down. On this side, once again, the eaves and the soffits look okay. I'm not seeing any issues with that. And the roof looks nice. New or newer roof anyway. A couple of years at most, I would say. Chimney looks like it's in good shape. I like that they stacked the bricks on top of some cement blocks. So that's kind of fun. Okay, so coming up to the electric meter. Oh, wait. So now the tail here on this particular roof joist, right there, you can see we've got some rot. So that should be cut back and another piece spliced in. I'm talking about another piece of 2x6. Oops, shining it at the tree. Not that one. This one, here we go. A piece of 2x6. Nailed it at the back end of this and to the fronts to support that, and then that rot wood removed. They've probably done some of that already. But at least in that particular place, it needs some more. Gaps like this in your siding let in insects and water. So anytime you see something like that, you also want to get that taken care of. Here's another look at some of these, the joist tails. As you can see, we've got rot here and on this one. And what's happening is that the rain is running off of the roof and it's wicking around the metal drip edge and onto that wood. And that's why you're having a problem. It's probably done that for years. So in any case, that's the whole outside of the house, besides the front porch here, which we can take a quick look at, and then we're gonna head on in. So painted gray. This porch has been in this condition for a long time, probably original. As you can see here is this older thin lap siding. You don't see that anymore. With the brick column at each end that's been painted, which is too bad. You should clean that paint off of there and let that brick shine, because you know the brick looks really nice if it is in good shape, and it appears to be. I still think we're talking about repainting this whole thing, but let's go ahead and head on inside, and then we'll go from there.